Hello and welcome back to another one of Paul's Beer Reviews, and as you'll see in the title, this is a bit of a special one. It's Saturday the 1st of June and tonight is the Champions League final, and my beloved Tottenham Hotspur unbelievably have managed to get to the final for the first time in their history. They'll be taking on Liverpool, and I had a beer in my fridge, really cold, and it just happens to be one of the main sponsors of the competition, so I thought I'd review it, and it is Heineken. It's a massive great pint can. Look at the size of that bugger. Yeah, Heineken. Yeah, there is the can. Big silver can. It has kind of like a ribbed kind of texture to the can, which is interesting. There's the great big red star, which has always been on their logo. So yeah, Heineken. This stuff comes in at 5% ABV, slap bang in the middle there, 5% ABV. What's it say? Back in 1873 in Amsterdam, Holland, Gerard Heineken founded a beautifully small brewery. People loved the brewery quality so much that Heineken is now enjoyed in 192 countries worldwide. Size changes, the dedication to quality always remains, apparently. So yeah, this is one of the biggest beers in the world. Everywhere where you go in Europe, you find it in most pubs, to be honest with you. When I go to Madrid, it's literally either Mahou or Heineken, pretty much in most bars in Madrid. Yeah, what's it say? Ingredients: water, malted barley, hop extract. That's all it says. Water, malted barley and hop extract. Doesn't sound promising, but then the ingredients on most lagers don't, do they? So let's get it into a can. Get it out into a can. Get it into a glass. See what we're dealing with. So yeah, Heineken, one of the biggest breweries in the world, and I'm sure most of you at some point would have had a Heineken. Here it goes. That's a pint glass, but it's filled that up, but it's got a bit of head. So yeah, I'll keep the Heineken there. There it is in the glass. Decent enough levels of carbonation. I mean, that's very yellow, very gold in colour. I won't say what that reminds me of on first sight, to be honest with you. But yeah, that's a particularly gold looking lager. Yeah, it's obviously transparent. You've seen all the way through that. It looks alright, I suppose. Let's get an aroma on this Heineken. Bit of citrus sweetness. Not a lot else. I'll give it a wriggle. Slightest bit of a hoppy aroma to it, but yeah, there's the slightest bit of sort of lemony sweetness, citrus sweetness, but not much. Let's get a taste. Cheers, guys. And you get a little bit of that citrus taste initially. Slightest bit of a hoppy flavour at the back end, slight bit of bitterness. Gives it a bit of a rounded flavour. But yeah, there's the citrus, like sort of slight lemon, lime kind of flavour at the beginning. Very watery. Oh, but my God, it's drinkable. Oh dear. There's not much to say about the flavour. I mean, it is very slight. It's very basic. Slight bit of citrus sweetness, and a tiny bit of. Right now, I'm getting a little bit of hoppiness, tiny bit of bitterness, back of my tongue, back of the palate. It's gone. It's dangerously drinkable. This is 5%, so it's quite a strong one now, because most of the other premium lagers, I say premium, the Stellas, yeah, Budweisers, things like that, they're dropping the percentage of their beer all the time. Heineken's still up there at 5%, so it's one of the stronger ones. Excuse me, but there is a bit of flavour to it. Like I say, bit of citrus, bit of bitter poppiness at the back end. Only slight. The fact that it says there's hop extract in it rather than hops would probably suggest that why it's not particularly hoppy. But it's really drinkable. It's very thin, it's very light. It's ice cold, and to be honest with you, it's exactly what I want right now. It's getting off at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm going to be jumping on the train heading down to White Hart Lane in the next couple of hours. It's already 26 degrees out there. It's a really warm Saturday afternoon. This is what you want to be drinking on a day like this. A really cold, really drinkable lager. It's a football beverage, let's have it right. And that's probably why they've had their name on the competition for such a long time. Heineken have been associated with the Champions League for a number of years now. So yeah, it ticks all the boxes, to be honest with you. When I go to White Hart Lane later on, I'm pretty sure Heineken is on tap there. So I'll probably carry on drinking it, to be honest with you. But yeah, so I'm going to have a few of these tonight, I'd imagine. Luckily enough, I had one in the fridge. Score, it does everything you want a lager to do, really. Like I say, there's no complexity to it. It's subtle citrus sweetness. No real maltiness to speak of. And then there's a slight bit of hoppy flavour at the back end. But it's really drinkable, dangerously drinkable, and I've nearly worked my way through this pint just doing a review. Yeah, Heineken, I'll give it a score. Like I say, it's everything you want a lager to be, and it's still got a good amount of alcohol in it, which I think is worth at least half a mark. I like Heineken. I can't knock it. It's not a complex beer. If you don't like lagers, then you're probably not going to like this. But it's massively drinkable, and it goes perfectly well when you're sitting there watching a game of footy. So yeah, so I'm going to give it a score. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. It's not an amazing beer, but it's a pretty good lager for what you get nowadays. So 7 out of 10 for Heineken. Give the video a big thumbs up. I look forward to seeing you on the next one, and until then, come on you Spurs.